Hey everybody, this is Hannah Compton. Welcome to the Ron Clark presentation. I had a great time putting this together, really enjoyed it, so I'm excited to get started. So throughout our college careers and our time in the field, we've heard a lot about classroom community. And so the three essentials I'm going to talk about today are great for promoting that classroom community, and they're also skills that students can carry with them throughout their academic careers and into the workforce, which is really important. These essentials promote relationships among the students, and they teach them about professionalism. I tell students that I work with all the time that you don't have to have money to be professional. You don't have to live anywhere special to be professional. It's just about learning the skills that you need and remembering that you are somebody going someplace and you can do anything that you put your mind to do. So the first essential I have is essential number 1, and Ron Clark calls this be humble. I adapted it to say credit your team because I feel like it summed up the essential and it aligned with the classroom community focus. Stay humble. When somebody compliments you, remember that you did not do it alone. Instead of taking all the credit, talk about your team. This is something that I have had to learn as an adult in leadership positions, um, that when you accept a compliment, instead of just saying thank you or being awkward, talk about your team. So an activity for this would be mock interviews. Students would work in groups of 2 and practice complimenting one another, and the students would accept those compliments by talking about their team and the skills of their team and crediting the skills for their successes. Essential number 2 is make eye contact when someone is speaking. Keep your eyes on him or her at all times, and if someone makes a comment, turn and face that person. This is a long essential. I adapted this one because if these were going to be up on my classroom wall, I would need them to be quick and I would need them to be concise. So I changed this to keep attention, give attention. Keep your audience's attention with eye contact, and if you are the audience, give your attention with eye contact. A good activity would be presentations. During presentations, students will practice making eye contact to keep the attention of their audience or to give their attention to the presenter. During the portion of the presentation reserved for taking questions, students will turn to make eye contact with whoever is speaking. Throughout their whole academic career and when they have meetings in the workforce, they're going to have presentations. They're going to give them and they're going to sit in them. And so it's important that they have these skills and know how to maintain that eye contact and get the attention of their audience so that their voice can be heard. Next is essential number 33. Ron Clark calls this one, when we go on field trips, we meet different people. When I introduce you, make sure you remember their names. Then when we are leaving, make sure to shake their hands and thank them, mentioning their names as you do so. So this is another long one, and I changed this to shake hands and remember names. When you meet people, shake their hand and repeat their names so that you can remember it. I remember I had a job in which my supervisor remembered my name on the very first day, and he was great at remembering names, and I just thought about how professional he was and how everybody felt special because he remembered their names. A good activity for this would be introductions. Students will practice the introduction process with a partner. The students will introduce themselves politely and restate their partner's name. The student will then practice saying goodbye by stating and mentioning their partner's name again. So next I want to talk about my top 10 solutions from Ron Clark's book, The End of Molasses Classes. So here I have my infographic, and I'm just going to make it bigger so we can see it. Number 1 is not every child deserves a cookie. Number 2 is listen. Number 3, give all that you have to your children, even though you often receive nothing in return. Number 4, create moments that will have a lasting impact on children's lives. Number 5, treat each child as if he or she were your own. Number 6 is believe that every child can learn, regardless of ethnicity, learning disabilities, emotional or behavioral problems, or the economic situation of the family. Number 7, dress the part, attire matters. Number 8, encourage children to cheer for one another. Number 9, build strong bonds with parents. And number 10, accept the fact that if kids like you all the time, then you're doing something wrong. My favorite essential from these is number 6, believe that every child can learn regardless of ethnicity, learning disabilities, emotional behavioral problems, or the economic situation of the family. Like I said at the beginning of the presentation, I have implemented this by telling students that they don't have to have money to be professional and to learn, and they don't have to live anywhere special. It doesn't matter who you are. If you have the right skills, and if you believe in yourself and somebody believes in you, then you can do anything. Thank you for listening to my presentation today. I hope you liked it, and have a nice day.